I'm also here with Mountain. Mountain has agreed to come on to the show tonight. Mountain, how are you doing today,
What's happening, brother?
It's good to see you.
Ooh. Good to see you too. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Thank you for coming on to the show. I'd like to welcome you onto the show for Maui, for Akaku, for the Getting to Know Maui show, and also myself. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. It's an honor to be here, for sure.
So tell me a little bit about Mountain. Where are you from?
Well, Mountain is originally from Philadelphia area, Lancaster County. Actually, I grew up with the Amish folk. Actually, I grew up right between the country and the city, so it was pretty cool.
Well, I'm probably like many other people. I met you at by the Slam Poetry Contest up there in Casanova.
Right.
And I asked you to come on to the show, and you accepted.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just about spreading the word, you know, for sure. I don't just do slam poetry, actually, I rap as well. That's my other thing, along with a bunch of different mediums of art. But as far as the word expression goes, it's, you know, the hip hop, urban culture it's a big avenue for me as well, you know. So the spoken word thing is an excellent, beautiful platform, you know. It's cool because you get to focus more on actually the content of what's being said, as opposed to just like, yo, this beat is dope, and I'm totally lost in the you know, bar scene moment or whatever. You know, it's just all part of it. Unfortunately, there's a little bit more pay in the hip hop than there is in the spoken word. So, but yeah, doing them both. Yeah.
How long have you been hip hopping for?
I've been rapping now for about, well, I mean, as far as actually in the limelight that's blinding my eyes now, a couple years really. You know, is pretty much when I've really started doing it. I mean, I've been writing forever, but I actually just kind of figured out that I had something that was worth sharing with people a couple years back, really. You know, and was pretty shy about it for a long time too, I guess, as well, and figured it out, and you know, the rest is history building itself. You know.
So how long have you been on Maui now?
Well, what's the date? It's the 18th there?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been here for 10 years and 107 days, yeah.
So you've been on Maui 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like to change it up quite a bit. In fact, I come and go from here to the mainland pretty regularly, but when I first started coming out here, I was just a beach bum, you know, just doing that whole thing, living in the jungle and stuff, and then slowly but surely started becoming more of an upright citizen and adult, and then started plugging in and having my own, you know, decent spot that I come back to regularly and stuff, so yeah. But that's kind of how it's been, and, you know, come and go. I was a snowbird at first, but now it's home. I mean, I want to raise kids here, retire here, all that stuff, you know.
So what do you do here?
Here, I mainly just plug in on the writing thing. The music thing is my main heart pumping right now. You know, I do that, and I blow glass. So I'm an artist represented at Sargent's Fine Arts, and you know, amongst various other little boutiques and stuff like that around Maui. So that's a big niche for me, and yeah, that's my main drive, is my art and music.
Do you have anything coming up soon?
Yeah, actually I got a really big show coming up with Zion and Grouch, with Tassio Pierce at Casanova. I'm now rapping with a local getup called Revolutionary Habitat, which is a spin-off of Kamehameha Project. So I'll be performing with them, and I'm also hosting the event. That should be pretty fresh, for sure. Come on out, people.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And that's going to be actually all hip-hop. That's not going to be any of the acapella thing. Well, there might be a little bit of acapella stuff thrown in here and there, but for the most part, it's you know, a little bit of a different mix than what a lot of people might be used to, you know. Kind of like, it's funny because I'll have like people like, oh yeah, the slam poet guy, or like, oh yeah, the rapper guy, and, you know. It seems like I have like these two different worlds of appreciation, you know. It's kind of fun. But yeah, so I think that if you come up there, if you're a fan of the slam poetry, you'll definitely get what's going on out of it with the hip hop too, because it's all conscious, you know, minded words and intentions. So that's what's up. Yeah.
What did you do before you got here?
What did I do before I got to Maui? Well, okay, in real brief, let's see here. I got kicked out of my house repeatedly, birthday after birthday, ironically enough. I think it was like 16, 17, and 18th birthday I kicked out, and I just started kind of adjusting to this lifestyle of living on the road, kind of, or whatever it was. You know, it was out of my car at that point. But then when I was 18, I just kind of pretty much realized that I was meant to start cruising, you know, and I did. I started hitchhiking around the country and lived in the back of a school bus, blowing glass out of that, traveling around on different other people's tours and doing that whole thing, and traveling around with different musicians, and basically being kind of a bum is what I was doing. But you know what, like in reality, it was a beautiful part of my life because I was really building from the ground up. I mean, I gave away everything that I had, and all I had really was like my backpack, and that's what I did, man. You know, it was cool. It was a humbling experience, and now I feel that everything I get on top of that is an amazing blessing, you know what I mean? Rather than getting like shoved into the college world, which is nothing wrong with. I mean, education's amazing, but rather than getting into that, I mean, like, you're going to be geared to specifically do this one thing in life, and this is what's going to bring you happiness and ultimately, you know, economic success was not a part of my paradigm, you know? And throwing my life to the wind definitely landed me here, for one thing. Really happy about that, but mainly because of the fact that it was cold, you know, and the cold likes to kill our fragile little bodies, you know?
Right, right.
So I came out here realizing that I could basically get out for only $90, which I pulled together by selling incense at the LAX airport, which I found actually beside a dumpster in Venice, California. Actually, it's pretty interesting. It was funny because I was actually praying for a way to get out here, and I found this box, and in the box was this was all this incense, man, and you know, on every single one of the packages it said John 3:16, Romans 10:20, and I was like, word, thank you. And then on top of that, the big deal was that in this box of incense, for whatever reason, was a bottle of Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion, you know? So it was like, all right, cool, going to Maui, you know? And anyway, that's how I got here. But yeah, before that, just cruising, man, you know? Lived in Europe for a while, lived in Greece and Italy, and studied the whole art of glassblowing in Venice, and lived there for quite a while. Found my roots, my family's from Greece, and well, I'm actually pretty much about as much of a mutt as it gets, but my living family is predominantly from Greece, so was there. Yeah, before here, man, I mean, it's been here, like since I was as soon as I became adult-ish, or however you want to call it, you know, legally an adult, I started coming out here, you know, by myself and just, you know, cruising around the beaches and stuff, and then going back to the mainland and rinse and repeat, and that's what I did, so.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of hitchhiking myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did a lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Minnesota, Colorado, Massachusetts, California most of my life. I was in California until I was like 31.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
I had like a career, like a trucking career.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dig it. Great.
Right on.
Rock and roll.
Hey, so will you do one of your...
do some stuff, yeah, for sure.
Do some of your slam, some
Yeah.
of your hip hop?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now, since we're going to be a cappella, I'll just do, you know, spoken word.